First, you're gonna need some of these stick wreaths, some mesh, and I used zip ties last time, but this time I'm going to use pipe cleaner to hold the mesh in place. I'm going to show you how to do it without any glue or in minimal cutting. So I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this, and I'll show you the first thing I'm going to do is wrap the mesh around the stick wreath and then tie it in place with the pipe cleaner. I'm hoping I don't have to use all of this, but you just kind of weave it in and out until it covers it, so you don't really see too much of the brown anymore. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this through and then show you the next step. See what I'm doing here? I'm just weaving it in and out, and I'm going to make it tight as I go around the stick wreath. So I'm going to do that and then show you what it looks like. In progress, the key I found is to keep it tight as you go around too, so it's not too poofy. Last time I actually used a whole roll of this for one of these, but I think these are thinner, so I'm just going to go around again because I can still see some of the brown coming through. I'm gonna go around it again and make it tight, and then we'll tie it off with the pipe cleaner. That looks good. What I'm gonna go do now is go ahead and cut this off, leave a little bit of a tail so I have some room to put the pipe cleaner and wrap it around. So I'm gonna make this a little bit tight, go around it, and then I'm gonna use this to tie it off. This is the flap just folded over, and then this is the pipe cleaner. I'm just gonna twist it. You can lay it flat or cut it, but it'll get covered by the tulips that we stick in at an angle going around. Go ahead and cut it off here. And again, you won't really see it because of all the tulips. So then I'm gonna start cutting off the tulips, and then we stick them at an angle. It actually goes through the mesh and kind of sticks in the stick wreath. Yeah, so that's what makes it hold it in place. Fun fact, wire cutters work really well to cut wire stems, not regular scissors. Just thought I'd point that out. So I separated the bundles into individual branches. I got my yellow and whites here, and my pink and purple peachy colors over here. I'm going to separate into 3 piles, trying to evenly distribute the colors because I'm making 3 wreaths. So we'll do 3 piles of some of these and some of those, and then we'll put them together into the mesh part of the wreath. Ordered them into 3 piles. First wreath, second wreath, third wreath. So I kind of divvied up the colors too, so it'd be an assortment. And I go to stick them in the mesh. So now what I'm going to do is take my wreath mesh here that I wrapped earlier, and the goal when putting these in is to scoot the stem all the way up like this, and then you're going to stick it at an angle, not straight down or straight up, at an angle, so it gives the ideal of going in a circle. It makes sense as you start to place them. So I kind of alternate the colors. It's not, you know, one after the other, but ideally, because this is a branch wreath, it'll go through the mesh and into the brown. So I'm going to try a few and then show you what it looks like, and it will look more full the more that you place going around, and then we'll see what it looks like. Okay, so I stuck one in at kind of an angle, so I went ahead and scooted the leaves up on here, and then I'm going to kind of place it, like I said, alternate it. So you just kind of stick it in an angle. Sometimes they go in easier than others. Just kind of stick it in. Let's try this spot. Sometimes you just work with it until you find a spot that gives. There we go. Let's see that. So just kind of shove it in. Like that, and it'll stay in there because it's in the mesh part, and it's also in the twig branch part. So I'm going to go ahead and work my way around and try to remember to alternate colors as we go along. Just another one. Let's stick it in here. Just kind of push it. You can't really hurt anything as you go along. Scoot this up. That part's showing. Sorry, I'm doing this one-handed. When you cut these off the bundles, I try to leave a little, you don't want the whole stem, but you want enough to be able to stick it in. So let's rotate this. Get this in there. Even if it doesn't work in one spot, you just kind of play around with it till you find when it works. And just shove it down as far as it'll go. And you get the idea, and we'll fill this in so you see less of this. Here. I'm gonna find a spot for this. And to let you know, I got it. I try to evenly space them, but sometimes the doesn't want to go through. So you just keep working it. I'm gonna put some more colors in. Next to last thing I did was just make a little loop that I tied on the back of the wreath to hang it on. And this is the finished project. You can kind of adjust and fix and fluff and whatnot, but that's the general idea of what the tulip wreath looks like. You can change out the different colors or whatever, but yeah, something springy and summery to hang on your door.